What's up, guys? We got two guys and some records here. That's going to be the name of this show for now. Just two guys and some records.
Yeah, working title.
What happened? I'm Chris.
I'm Sean.
What happened was Sean and Kayla, who is not pictured. Hi, Kayla.
Hi.
It's our producer.
Helped out an old jazz musician with some sort of favor that I don't know the details on.
It was hand jobs.
But, yeah.
It was traded by technical knowledge for his...
By hand jobs, he means, like, fixing cabinetry, using hand tools.
Just computers, and then we got to talking, and then, I don't know, just shit happened, jazz happened, and now we have records.
So, yeah, he
story.
Gifted?
Yep.
Yeah, he gifted a bunch of records. How many? Around probably like 50-ish?
50-ish.
Give or take?
Possibly, he said even more coming.
From the 50s, the 40s and 50s, correct?
Actually, all the way through the 70s and 80s, I believe. Because I thought I saw something like maybe from late 70s or 80s, might have been like Styx or something like that.
Okay.
Like, you know,
right now, but for now, I mean, we got this Gershwin from Moderns, which
awesome title.
I believe is the record title. Yep, by Ted Heath and his music. His music is a big part of the band.
Not just Ted Heath, but his music as well. They follow him. It's kind of like his entourage. But Gershwin from Moderns. What do you think that means?
I couldn't tell you. I would love to take a stab in the dark, but I'm really kind of just thrown for a loop.
Is Gershwin a type of music, a style of music? If you couldn't tell for any of the viewers, I know nothing about music.
Maybe it's a game?
Gershwin for
maybe
Moderns.
Like an old game?
Gershwin.
For Moderns.
Gershwin. Gershwin sounds like almost like an old man's deodorant. Right?
There was a...
Stay dry with Gershwin.
There was a composer named Gershwin.
Ah, composer. Okay.
Okay, that's probably more accurate.
His name was George Gershwin.
George Gershwin. I was like, so it's Gershwin. George Gershwin from Moderns.
Maybe not.
Is the
well, it's George
unofficial
Gershwin.
Title of the record.
Yeah.
And
anyway,
there's a theater in New York, a Gershwin theater.
Okay, so this dude's got to be good, or famous at least.
I think we're in for a treat. But the whole 50s, 40s, and 50s thing was... This is from the 50s. 55, right?
Yes.
55.
Right.
1955.
Well,
let's give it a whirl. Let's drop that needle.
Gershwin for the Moderns. So this is Moderns meaning 1955, not 2017. It's pretty exciting, actually. Gets right to it.
Oh yeah, I'm in.
And we're off. This is Gershwin for the Moderns, Ted Heath and his music. Oop, there's his music. Ted Heath is a drummer, percussionist. I believe so.
I actually don't know.
Well, I think he is. Let's take a look at the album. The cover has laser beams, or what seems to be lasers. It's kind of the motif of it. It's London.
Yeah, that's a trap.
Yes.
For any intruders coming to London.
It's like
so the alarm can go off.
They're gonna steal the crown jewels.
So yep. Ted Heath led Britain's greatest post-war big band.
There we go, Ted Heath.
Yeah, well, it's definitely big band.
He has over 100 albums.
100?
And he sold 20 million copies.
20 million copies, think of that.
Wow, that's actually an amazingly impressive number for his era. Like, 20 million?
That's true, there's no internet.
That's incredible.
I know, imagine reaching 20 million people with no internet.
Now, we have
He's considered to be the most successful band in Britain during the 1950s.
Well, there you go. Britain's Got Talent, 1950s.
It looks like there's like a pseudo-biography of him on the back.
So what does he play? Does he play a little bit of everything?
It just says that
These horns are
he's
crazy.
the leader of the big band.
Do big bands have composers or conductors?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Do they?
He's a composer, so it says he's the leader and composer.
Okay.
But if he was to choose an instrument of choice, it would be the trombone.
Really? The trombone.
Okay. So here it says, Ted Heath and his music pay tribute to the genius of one of America's greatest songwriters. 12 popular Gershwin melodies.
George Gershwin.
Yep. Have been specially arranged by Johnny Keating and are played with all the finesse and swing that have made Ted Heath the leader of Britain's greatest band.
Well, there it is in a nutshell.
Yeah, I'm seeing lots of 1947 is the latest
So this is obviously post-war.
on this record. Like 1919 saw him finishing his first complete score for a musical comedy.
No, we got to get that one. Maybe we do. We don't know what we have in the music collection. We actually just pick these records at random. We've never heard this album before.
Nope. Just entirely
Start the camera, we spin it up, and
improv.
We're doing it with you right now.
Yep. This is all. Oh, is this a price tag?
Oh, please tell me there's a price tag on it.
Yeah.
What would be the currency back then? The sterling? The British? Did they have pounds? Yeah, they must have
I don't
pounds
know. It
back
says this. Well, it obviously was resold in America because it just says $3.99.
Oh, okay. So we have a resale. Well, that's probably how it got here.
Yeah, the sleeve isn't in the best condition. You can see there's
An artist interpretation.
Like a child.
Or is that autographed?
If that's autographed, it's by a person who has Parkinson's. And I don't mean that meanly. I just mean that that's illegible.
Okay, fair enough.
Alright, so to go back to the currency.
How do you know it's not autographed to buy his music?
I do not know, sir.
Go back to the currency. It's a dollar in 1955 has the same buying power as $9.04 today.
A dollar has the same buying power as $9.04
today.
That's American dollars, but this is a British album.
But still,
But that's American money, though.
Yeah.
For the
So it looks like there's
$3.99
another price tag on the front.
There we go.
Directly on the other side that says $2.99. So this is confusing.
It could be the U.S. Canadian when they used to put those conversions on everything.
Yeah, $3.99, $2.99.
So there's been a sale, man.
Either
So
way,
we're assuming this arrived in America via a yard sale, probably, or came over.
yeah.
sold
Judging
to a
by the
shop.
condition it's in, it looks like whoever owned it didn't really know anything about George Gershwin or Ted Heath. They were just like, oh, cool, a record with a bunch of jazz and big band on it.
So
Fuck this.
Could be.
What you got?
Ted Heath's actual name is George Heath. It's George Edward Ted Heath, interestingly enough. But his first ever instrument that he played at 6 years old was a tenor horn.
Tenor horn.
And a tenor horn is also known as, like in Britain, as an alto horn. It's a brass instrument in the sax horn family.
Okay.
So wait a second. Let's back up for a minute here. You said George Gershwin's real name was actually what?
No.
So George Gershwin is George Gershwin, but Ted's name is George as well.
His real name is George Ted Heath.
All right.
He just went with the cooler Ted Heath.
Are they the same person?
They're not.
Are they time travelers?
Cannot confirm or deny.
All right, that's another podcast.
Yes, this is known as the Gershwin effect. Look it up in episode 20. No, I would think post-war you kind of it's a different era. I would think you would want to kind of get yourself out of the old George. George has that kind of older feel. This is you're thinking 55. He's trying to break out. Maybe Ted is maybe he was in the military. Maybe amongst his brothers in arms, call me Ted rather than George, because maybe everyone was called George. and he just kind of stuck with it. Maybe
I could see George being a very popular name back in the 40s,
especially
50s. Yeah.
England.
Yeah.
The King Georges and whatnot that were around. We don't like him here in America.
Was that the first track over?
No, that was the third.
Third?
Or the second. Maybe, I don't know.
Wow, much shorter songs on this record.
Interesting thing about kind of going back to the old
This one sounds like a snoozer.
Maybe it does, actually. But we kind of take for granted, like, tracks. Like, you could just hit a button and get to the next track. Like, oh, this was a snoozer. Boom, next button.
Yep. And this way you're kind of forced to listen to all the tracks.
It's kind of interesting, but you also listen to... You're forced to listen to the tracks in the order that was intended. There's no shuffle.
Horn.
There's no shuffle. There's no,
Oh,
it's just
God.
Cool way of looking at that.
Can they hear this? Like, can the viewers / listeners hear the music?
Yeah.
Listen to that horn, guys. It's moving. Gets you right here. Right in your feel spot.
That's very playful.
Yeah.
Are you falling in love?
I'm falling in love.
With Ted Heath?
I wish I could just, like... Maybe at some point in the future we'll get to a point where we can just have something inside of our heads, whether it's biomechanical or whatever it is, that you can just, like, store songs in and just kind of, like, with your brain go, play this song right now in my head. So then you can have that soundtrack for that moment. You know what I mean?
Or better yet, how about that same chip in your head or whatever it is, the nanobots or, I don't know, some form of, biomechanism.
Yeah.
It will automatically play a soundtrack based on your feeling.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah?
I like that.
That's
and if you don't like it, you can just, like, shake your head or something. Like, nope, next one.
Nope, next. That'd be cool. All right, we gotta invent that.
Yeah.
Let's so nobody steal that. We invented that right here just now.
Trademarked. TM.
Yep. That's right. So that's ours. Any developers out there, let's have a talk. But no, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
Bill Gates' house in Seattle. Bill Gates.
He does have.
That adjusts the temperature.
Well, he walks through and it actually changes music based on it. The wall colors can change too. Very.
Yeah, like Sonos is kind of like that with the whole Sonos system. You can kind of have your speaker in every room, and then as you walk through the house.
Gates. But can we get Bill Gates on the phone? Can we get him on the phone live?
We can do that.
Bill?
Right?
Bill, we need to switch homes. I don't think you appreciate what you have, so you should give it to someone else.
Oh, he's a very generous man.
Yeah.
He might.
No, I know.
He's donated.
I'm kidding, Bill.
The Bill.
Just let us move in. That's all.
The Bill Gates Foundation, it was like something like $20 billion donated or something like that. Cherish the man.
Yeah.
He's given us more than anything.
Good.
Even just Windows. I love Windows.
Good. Yeah, he gave us Xbox.
Yeah, the Xbox. It's Microsoft. I love Bill. But yeah.
Big band.
Yeah, Bill Gates actually donated $5 billion. It says that he has one of the largest donations since the 2000 era.
Yeah, he doesn't need the extra money. He knows. He's a smart guy. And the cool thing about it is, he's not out there for the publicity. You don't really hear about it much.
Use that money to go to space.
That's Elon Musk.
Yeah, he's on a mission, man. He's going.
Yeah, because imagine mining Mars. What can you get on Mars? He's smart enough to change the narrative of the world. And he's got the means to do it. He's got the SpaceX program, which is pretty close to what we have with NASA alone.
Yeah.
It's
very impressive. Very impressive.
But he's there, and they're saying he's only going to be 5 years behind NASA to Mars, and if not collaborate with NASA, which makes sense.
They should really just team up.
Yeah.
Kind of, but then I don't think that he would have the freedom that he has, doing his own thing.
Well, you say, I will pay for the rocket ships if you let me mine Mars.
Yeah.
And he becomes the first trillionaire.
And boom, this podcast has become
super political and weird.
something in this era of this Big Bang, something in 1955 was actually Rosa Parks was arrested for refusing to move back.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
1955.
That's
Well, wait a minute. Wasn't there a girl that did it before Rosa Parks, and then went to Rosa Parks, and oh man, if I can remember her name, she needs more credit.
Is this like old time conspiracy?
No,
what are you getting into
this
right
is
now?
like old time, like one-upmanship. So there was like this girl, young girl, she was like 15, like high school student, got on the bus, sat in the front, and you know, white people came on and said, hey, you get to the back, and she was like, nah, I'm too tired for the back, and the white people made a big fuss. She got arrested.
Yeah.
You know, bullshit.
Alright, it's
So-
her name is on March the 2nd, 1955, 9 months before Rosa Parks was arrested, a teenage schoolgirl named Claudette Colvin.
Claudette Colvin, yeah, Claudette Colvin.
She boarded the bus.
So Claudette Colvin got on the bus. So same similar story. Everyone knows the Rosa Parks story. You
Yeah.
get to the back, you get arrested, and you become a public figure.
She's 15 at the time.
So yeah, Claudette, 15 at the time, high school student, gets on the bus, refuses to move, right? She gets arrested. So then she goes to the, what's the organization? I can't remember what the organization is. But she goes to the Civil Rights Movement organization. So obviously they're trying to progress the movement. They're trying to get the word out there. So Rosa Parks kind of takes Claudette as almost as a mentor. And it kind of got to a point where they said, we need to make a stunt like this. So Rosa Parks was chosen because she was so close to Claudette that they thought that Claudette wouldn't mind. So she kind of went out in a protest. So Rosa Parks didn't do it on a whim. It was planned and it was out there. And she based it on what Claudette did.
Yeah.
And that's why it got into the papers and that's what everyone knows. But it's interesting that nobody knows Claudette. She doesn't get the credit. Yeah.
Good for you, Claudette.
But what's interesting about it is I guess she was spurned for a few years, but after it, she was just like, doesn't matter because it still happened. We still got the progression that we need.
Yeah.
So she's good people, I guess. What else you got about Claudette?
No, just like you said it.
See, it's all facts. I know everything.
Everything.
She went to Rosa Parks, who was the secretary of the NAACP.
Yeah, the NAACP.
National
That's what it was. Okay.
Organization of Advancement of Colored People.
Right, and Rosa Parks was like a marketing director or something like that. Essentially, the marketing director of whatever it was back then. Secretary, but she was also the one that was responsible to get the messages out to the papers. So I think that's side one. Do we have a side two?
We do.
All right, let's flip this over. So what do you think so far of the Gershwin for Moderns Ted Heath album?
I think it's.
Ooh, all right. I like how it starts. They always
I
start
don't
with
want to say standard big band because that sounds.
Well, you also got to remember he's also the most successful. So is he the standard? If this is Ted Heath, everything big band we should be listening to should be underneath, right?
Totally possible. Totally possible.
So when you think big band, you're probably thinking Ted Heath, and you don't even know it.
I don't know about that. I like it. I'm not crazy about it. It doesn't give me the same feeling as, say, the record we listened to in our last episode.
Yes, that was a great one. That was beautiful. That was energetic.
That was a game changer. It was a game changer.
That was a surprise. And again,
It was the holy grail of records.
And we pick everything at random. We actually never listened to the records, and we just got lucky.
Yeah.
You know, this
First
one's
try.
not so bad either.
No, again, this is I like it. There's nothing bad about it.
But it's still the same era, so that's just 55. I think the previous one was 57.
Yeah.
So if you were listening to radio at that time, you would have your choices. You would have your big band, you would have your Cuban, your Afro-Cuban percussion, jazz, and fusion.
It's just not wetting my whistle the same way the other one did.
No, the other one was unique. It had a very good, I don't know, it had a very good primal feel to it, where it got your soul.
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
This
Primal's
feels,
a good word.
Yeah, this feels more like let's go to prom.
Yeah.
Right? It's
or
very
like
And
I'm reading Gatsby's American Dream or something.
right, and could that be the product of our American society?
So in 1955, when this came out, what setting would you be in?
In 1955, when this came out, what setting?
If you're listening to this music, would you be in a theater? Would you be?
I feel like you would be at like a dance, yeah.
Yeah, or some sort of like, I want to say ball.
Yeah.
You know,
like I'm thinking Back to the Future.
Like a charity ball or something. I'm literally thinking Gatsby's American Dream, like that era, or that kind of vibe, like his big fancy parties.
You know, if there were DJs back then, be like, all right, everybody, grab your girl, let's go out on the dance floor, and
the guy from Boyz II Men would be there and he'd be like, come on, baby, let's go.
So yeah, it's a very like I don't want to say like it's like a soiree type of thing.
Yeah. Not so much this track though. This is a little different.
This would be like the prom, right? 1955 prom. Did they have prom back then?
I could see this being a slow jam at like an old speakeasy, even. Like,
you could see a speakeasy, yeah.
Wouldn't that be more 30s?
Totally. I'm not thinking.
Or maybe, well, you gotta remember too, this is also British.
Fair.
So, where would this be in 1955 England? My knowledge of London, England goes as far back as the 1960s based on the Austin Powers movies.
And that's really it.
Yeah.
That's really all the knowledge.
Like, I know after World War II, you know, they were in pretty devastating times and they were in the rebuild.
Elton John, British.
Yeah, he was probably just born, right? 1955, Elton John was born.
James Dean was killed in a car crash.
James Dean killed.
55.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Why is that still relevant? How good was James Dean? Like, can you honestly say you've ever seen a James Dean movie?
No.
But you know he died in a car crash.
He was more of like a sex figure than an actor. You know what I mean?
All right. We'll give you a new one. Albert Einstein died.
Damn.
That's a big one. That's a tragic loss. Which is interesting too with Einstein, with his theory of relativity. He was alive his entire time thinking he was correct all the time because nobody had disproven his theory. Now with M theory, there's a few things in Einstein's theories that kind of don't make sense anymore. But it's still kind of cool to know that, like, at one point, hey, I'm the smartest guy in the world. Like,
yeah, but he was also cool. He was never like.
You know why? Because I bet he smoked weed.
Yeah.
He definitely smoked weed. He had to. Did Einstein smoke weed? That's bro science.
It's important science, okay? Let's not pigeonhole it into bro science.
No, but his theories were pretty revolutionary at the time.
Absolutely.
You know, because like my understanding of early physics back then it was pretty much like Newton all the way kind of through, and a couple of people here and there adding to Newton's kind of laws, and then as Einstein's the one that kind of brought it together. The
relativity. Ran with it,
made it all relative, and made it more made sense of it where the normal person can kind of grasp what it means. And still to this day, we still have the Big Bang because of Einstein. Not the TV show, the theory.
Yeah, let's not worry about the TV show.
So it doesn't. I can't find out if he did or didn't smoke weed, but he grew up in times prior to the Prohibition.
Right. So it would have been fine.
He was 57 at the time of the Prohibition.
He smoked weed. He loved weed.
Yes. That's how he, I don't know, went through the cosmos and figured out what he needed to figure out. When you get to that higher dimension, it's easier to figure the math out.
I just think that weed largely aids in thinking differently or outside the box.
Absolutely, yeah.
And Einstein clearly did a lot of that, so
the evidence checks in, right?
I mean, he must have smoked weed.
Okay, so we got that. What else happened in 1955?
Yeah, now that we got that out of the way.
So 1955 in America is a lot different than 1955 in Britain, I would assume. Because in here in America, this is the baby boom era. This is when, you know, the greatest generation, and this is when shit was getting done. We were building highways.
Yeah.
We were going across the country. We were connecting these cities.
Yep.
So I don't know if with this type of music being British, like I want to say America went more towards the Elvis Presley, the kind of like that
rock and roll. Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see the difference in music, where this is 55, where Elvis was, I think, present then.
Sir Winston Churchill resigned as the Prime Minister of Britain.
Yeah, that dude, he was good and bad. And there's a lot of shit about Winston that was good, and a lot of people didn't like him either. So
Winston,
he won the war.
So that was in 1955. So
yeah.
He resigned.
Resigns. Did he resign, or did they forcibly push him out?
It says due to failing health, he resigned.
He was probably old too. That dude was a badass, though. Okay. If you read up any history on Winston Churchill, there's a lot more to that man than what meets the eye.
Winston.
And we can also celebrate Churchill cigars.
What's interesting is he didn't die. He
I'm not a cigar guy.
Nah. What's
He
up?
did
I don't see the
resign
point.
in 55, but he didn't die until 1965.
Yeah, see? Old timer. Still kicking.
I gotta be honest, this record kind of puts me to sleep a little.
It is a little sleepy. So what do you think overall?
Which fits a certain mood, but...
And again, this is what I was thinking, where America was kind of like, yeah, we won the war, let's get at it. Where Britain was devastated in rebuilding. Was this the type of music of that era?
See, I see this more playing in like a winding down before bed, or maybe you're having a nice dinner with the wife.
Yeah, closing time.
Yeah, like closing. Semisonic.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of Semisonic.
This is the 1955 #1 hit, Closing Time.
Yeah. No, yeah, but it definitely a more chill vibe. Not bad. I would probably, on the scale of like Pop-Tarts to Comets being cooler.
Wow. Yeah.
It's like
the Pop-Tarts,
a Pop-Tart rain shower. Does that make sense? Like it's cool, but it's not that cool. It's not a Comet.
You know what? I'm not. There's a few tracks on this album that were like.
You know what? I'm not understanding what the fuck you're talking about with this whole Pop-Tarts thing.
I like, but the Pop-Tarts always come in pairs. So for me, I feel like
True.
This is like it's kind of like a Pop-Tart and a half, but the half is broken, but it's still there.
Yeah.
So it's still like in the foil, but it was interesting.
There's that mild undertone of disappointment.
Yeah.
Because it's broken.
Yeah. So you're like, well, but on the bright side, you got 3 pieces. So if you have a friend, or if you have 2 friends, you can be like, hey, no, you don't share. No, well.
I don't like sharing food.
I don't know. This one, typical.
Yeah, I think it's just. This is the remix.
We're stuck. Well, I guess this is a great way to end it.
Yeah, this is a good time to end it. So, Gershwin for Moderns by Ted Heath and his music.
This is how we do it.
Boom! Right back to it.
So I don't know.
That's what you call a love tap.
So, well, that's how I like to remix the record. When it gets stuck, you just give it a touch.
Do we have a price?
$2.
$2? It's worth $2?
Yeah.
Respectable.
I think that says all you need to know about this one, folks.
I think that's it.
That's opinion based, though. I mean, I'm by no means a music savant, so if you want to pay $2 for this, is that what we're doing here with the show? Are we selling records through a podcast?
We're not hawking records here, but I don't know,
$2.
You know what we could do is maybe we could do some giveaways sometime if we get some viewership up, right? What if we did that? What if we got like 100 subscribers? Just get 100 subscribers and we'll pick one at random. One of the 100. It's a 1 in 100 chance. That's not bad. And we'll ship you a record. Maybe
we should do it smaller. 1 in 50.
Ooh. Okay.
And like as the number gets higher, we'll make it a better record.
Yeah.
50.
So
Maybe
what if
we ship
50,
you this one,
You get the Gersh,
which isn't a bad record. Not a bad record, but
we probably have some better ones.
it's not. What was the other one?
No, that one's long gone.
It was not the Afro-Cuban
in the previous
jazz.
episode. We're gonna save that for like the 1000. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah,
but
we might just hold on to that one.
Yeah, screw you guys. But anyway,
in any case,
so I guess we're done on this record.
Yeah, we're cutting this one loose, guys.
Pull the needle.
Over and out.
Water, 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 water.
This is terrible.
This is awesome.
What are you doing to me?
No, this
We're
is
not on
awesome.
air anymore. You don't need to talk into the mic.
This is awesome.
Water on my bitch, I keep her wet like my cell phone. Bitches on me, dark skins and the red bones. Ugly guy, wrap your bitch up like some headphones.
That fall doesn't
Say
make a
I ain't
fucking
shit,
huge
bitch,
mistake.
I'm ugly, God, I'm well known. I ain't got time for no wife, yeah.
You gotta wait for it, man.
He
Wait.
spent all day looking for this stupid song.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, this is what you spent all day looking for.
And if she gay, I tell her I look like a dyke, yeah, yeah, bitch, I'm a dyke.
Come on.
Man, like a dyke. Who's a thing like a dyke? Nigga,